Elafikeras is hitting more of the visions this week, and he is the best in slot Esper and Vision card for Oberon, of course, but he's actually really good for Earth purposes, especially the Esper. If you're a heavy Earth player, you might be interested in it. Now, it's a hard spot because we just got a batch of Cost 100 units released in a short while. We are walking into a collaboration in 3 to 4 weeks, which will be Final Fantasy 15, and so you might want to save your viz. So today we'll explore what exactly the VC brings you, what exactly the Esper brings, and whether it's worth going for or not. The first thing that might make this VC a little bit harder to max for a lot of players is that I don't expect that they will be a 2k paid Vision or pull where you can just get the Vision card. Typically, these exist for Vision cards that are not associated with Espers, and since there is one this time, I think you'll have to do the 10k step up to get it. Personally, I am not going for this card. I've skipped Oberon, and so most of the appeal is out for me. The individual abilities of this Vision card are very, very strong. It gives HP, attack, and agility, really good. Decent values in attack and HP as well. It's not low tier Vision card in that regards at all. And then the individual abilities for Earth units are really on point. You get 10 Man-Eater, which is really good for PvP, and let's be honest, PvE is not challenging enough that you need any extra stats in general. 10% HP is not bad, and then there will be acquired AP up as a global exclusive buff, which I expect will be around 30%. That's usually what we see in Vision cards. What I like about this is it's really designed for bulky units that want to deal significant damage. Oberon fits the bill very well, but also Ketone. If you are a Ketone Drain Force user, you typically will use the Odin VC, which gives you single target resistance and 10 Man-Eater. Now, this new Vision card is exactly that, with a bunch of extra stats. You're getting a lot more agility, you're getting some Pierce attack up for your other team members if you need it. You still get the 10 Man-Eater in individual ability, but you also get some HP and acquired AP. It is a strict upgrade for the Ketone build, which is also very interesting, so it's not just Oberon that benefits from that. Now, if we look at the party ability, this is where things get a little bit crazy. You get 20 single target resistance, which is really good, it's some tankiness, 8% agility, which is great. We've seen how good the Bahamut Vision card is, where it has an offensive component, single target resistance, and 8% agility. This is weaker because you get Pierce attack up, so unless you're Oberon or Eileen, you will not really benefit from the offensive part, but single target resistance and agility is still really good. The issue I have with this is in PvP, you're limited with only 3 Vision cards. If you're running a rainbow team, this is probably not going to be useful that much because it really only helps 1 unit. If you're running a Mono Earth team, there is a lot of competition. Mono Earth right now is really more tailored towards evasion most of the time if you're talking about meta teams. So you have Ketone, you are Zazan, maybe Halloween Fred, and you try to dodge around. If you're trying to fit Oberon in that team, you still want Secrets of the Hearts. You likely want either Titan or Solitary Lion for Earth attack up in an AoE. Very soon we'll get the Final Fantasy 15 collaboration. You will want the new Vision card, which gives you 50% attack for Earth units and 20% magic resistance. Overall, I would run the FF15 card over Elafikeras all the time. So it might be difficult to fit even if you're running Oberon in a Mono Earth team. There's a lot of really good VCs that really just make this one a difficult decision. So with that said, my overall verdict for the Vision card is yes, it's best in slot for Oberon. If you want to make him the strongest, then you should go for it. But otherwise, you're not going to use it in a rainbow team. I think you're going to want to run something else that benefits everybody. And even in a Mono Earth team, it is quite hard to slot. So I would not go for the VC, but the Esper is a whole different story, and he is really good. So let's take a look at that Esper, which kind of changes the decision. He has 1200 HP, that's fine. It's an attack-oriented Esper, so 103 attack and 19 agility. This is the core selling point. Currently, our Earth Espers are rather slow. You can equip Golem, you can equip Titan, and they have really bulky stats, really good offense, but they are a lot slower. You're gaining 5 points of agility with this Esper over Golem, which is a huge deal, especially on a character that wants to deal significant damage. You also gain 25 Disable Resist, which is one of the best resistances an Esper could give you. So that is really good. Then the Esper Evocation ability is really good, but I rarely see that having an impact in PvP. So you might want to use it in PvE, but yeah, it's going to be a piercing attack, guaranteed hit, really good if Oberon uses it. It has a chance to inflict confusion, and then decreases Earth resistance by 50% for 40 clock ticks for all enemies on the map. 40 clock ticks is at 100 agility, which is what we often see in PvP right now, it's roughly 4 turns, so it's a rather long time, really. It likely will last until the end of the fight if it's used, especially considering Esper evocations are usually thrown out at the very end of the fight. Now, what about the Esper nodes? Because that's another pretty important part of Espers. This one has Earth Attack 25, so it's what we would expect from a UR Esper that's Earth Element. It also has Pierce Attack up, so immediately we can tell that it's designed for Oberon. 7% attack is cute, 9 critical damage, I'm not a big fan of that. Only 7 accuracy, but Oberon has some guaranteed hits, so it's not that bad. And then it has a Lightning and Beast Eater component, which could be fun if you're fighting lightning teams, but to be honest, Earth does not need any help fighting evasion teams, so that part is not too important. It has Earth resistance, which I think is really fun because in a mirror matchup where you fight other Earth characters, this could be relevant. Missile resist is good, but Oberon doesn't really need it all that much. He's already pretty bulky to physical. And then critical evasion is nothing very important. So looking at this, do you want this Esper? It's hard to tell because it's really designed towards Oberon if you're thinking about the nodes. You have Earth Attack and Pierce Attack, but other Earth units will really like this Esper as well, even if you don't factor in the Pierce Attack component because of the 19 agility. It is the fastest Earth Espers in the game, and it is one of the fastest, right? The higher we've got among all Espers is 20, so it's just 1 point away from that. And so you can make a very fast attacker that it's much faster than what we see elsewhere. I could see this for Halloween Fred, potentially, especially since she has a Dragoon sub-job, or for UR Zazan. On your Ketone, you're more likely to want to run Bahamut or Odin for the Menhir, so I would not see this on her that much, but the Vision card is really great for her, so there's a way to make use of this, and I think if you're going for the Esper, then the pull is a lot more tempting. It will be, great for Oberon, great for everybody Earth person, and getting Espers is a huge part of the game. So my verdict for this Vision card is a tough one. I would say unless you're planning on using it right now and you are trying to make the strongest Oberon, you should probably skip it. The reason being, we will eventually get winter times. I'm expecting soon that we'll get some selection tickets for Vision cards where you can choose this if you need it, and that will net you the Esper. The fun part about the Esper being the strongest part of this get, in my opinion, is that you don't need it immediately, right? You don't need the bingo board to max your Esper. All you need are Magicites that you can start farming right away for, and so when you finally get it, you just need to farm your Resonance and you're good to go. So as a casual Earth player, I'm likely going to skip this, but if you want to use Oberon competitively right away and make him as strong as he can be, then yeah, you need the Esper, and so you should probably go for it. With all that said, hopefully this was entertaining and it helps you in your decision making. I'm curious to know everybody's assessments. Usually when I look at a Vision card or an Esper, I know immediately whether I want it or not, and this one really walks the line. I think it's really good. I think the timing makes it really hard of a decision, and my Viz being very low, I know I'm skipping it, but am I making a mistake? Let me know. So thank you very much, guys, and I will see you next time.